I'm Nusra Ahmed, Manchester Museum South Asia Gallery Lead, and I'm joined today by Anwar Akhtar, who is going to tell us more about himself and his film, Pakistan's Best Kept Secret, Lahore Museum. Hello, Anwar.
Hi, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Could you please introduce yourself and tell us more about the work that you do?
Yeah, my name is, I'm Anwar Akhtar. I am a filmmaker and a theatre producer. And from there, I always had this inner calling that I wanted to spend some time working in Pakistan. So
Mm-hmm.
having got to a reasonably senior level of position, if you like, in the British cultural sector, I thought it'd be quite nice to use that platform to go and explore my family and my heritage and my history in Pakistan, where I'd been a frequent visitor as a teenager and a child. I was interested in making a film about the story of Dara, the son of Shah Jahan, the Mughal emperor that built the Taj Mahal. And the Lahore Museum film came about because I was spending a lot of time with the Joker Theatre, having worked with them on their translation and adaptation of their play, Dara, and that going to the National. And I developed a close working relationship with Shahid Nadeem, who's just a amazing polymath playwright, historian, writer, academic, who just, he pretty much, he knows an awful lot of history, that man. He's a very impressive individual. And I was researching a Joker's work in Lahore Museum and spending a lot of time researching the story of Dara and staying near Lahore Museum. And the museum's just extraordinary because it's a doppelganger. It just looks so like the V&A, and the collection and all the politics of what that museum represents, how it was built by Kipling's uncle, how it was used in a way, it was a tool of empire, and how it's now become something around Pakistani identity and Asian identity and cultural identity, the ebb and flow of the different religious identities in the region and how that's reflected in the museum. All that, I suppose, by a process of osmosis, I got immersed in whilst I was researching the play and spending time in the museum. But what made me convinced that I wanted to make this film was I was introduced to incredibly impressive woman called Samira Samad, who was the director of the Lahore Museum. And she took me for a walk around the collection whilst the museum was actually closed. And the way she brought the collection to life and her perceptions as a very articulate a very articulate Pakistani academic, a very impressive academic, a Pakistani woman, speaking about a museum's collection through the prism of gender, race, culture, history, heritage. I just thought was extraordinary, and I just thought I need to just put a camera in front of you and follow you around, and then to get Shahid Nadeem as part of the film with his brilliant insights on Mughal history. There's several reasons why the Lahore Museum film has become so successful in terms of it's certainly struck a chord politically with lots of NGOs and peace building organizations and conflict resolution organizations have picked up on it. And also it's been picked up on by quite a few universities and sixth forms as a curriculum resource. One, because there's so much politics around race and culture and diversity, but there's a very simple truth, which is people are interested in stories that reflect their history, their heritage, their culture,
Mm-hmm.
their complexity. And that, whether that's Dara or whether that's kind of Viceroy's house, or the work of Anif Qureshi, or the work of or the brilliance of Goodness Gracious Me, or the work of Zadie Smith. You know, cultural production, that has intellectual rigor, that has substance, and is inquisitive and raises challenging questions, that also engages with history and diversity. That stuff's important, and I think we're starting to see more of that coming through. We just need to be honest about what the problems are as well. That a lot of working class young people just don't have access to a arts or a humanities or a heritage education. Um, Education has become quite kind of mechanical, quite kind of utilitarian about just producing people as labour force. Just and and also, so I think in some ways, I'm not sure how many working class kids are getting that opportunity in Manchester now. So I think there's an opportunity here just to try and kind of the work that we've been doing is very much around putting stuff into the curriculum that engages and encourages intellectual inquiry and makes young people inquisitive about history and the humanities and heritage.